What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is wAFF and today we're going to be talking about my favorite thing, which is Halo. I have been such a long time fan of Halo franchise as a whole. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite game. It's my favorite franchise. Master Chief is probably my favorite character of all time. I just love it. I've loved it since I was a little kid. I was probably like 10 years old. I think I was 10, 11 years old when Halo first came out. And I remember playing it all the time, like religiously with my friends. It was just my favorite thing ever. Playing split screen with my best friends as a kid. Playing Halo Combat Evolved campaign was literally the best thing I had ever experienced in my life at the time. And Halo as a whole was actually such a groundbreaking game. Like, it really did change the gaming industry as a whole, I think. It definitely set a bar of what games should be like. The open worldness that we had, the expansive worlds and like levels that we had, even though they weren't fully open world, back then at the time, it was massively open world. Just to be in these level designs and these environments where you could explore and just kind of just go off in your own little directions and not have to be so linear was just, that had never happened before. Like, that was really groundbreaking, and just the game just stood out amongst everything. And then we got Halo 2 and 3, and these games again were just unbelievable. Like, I loved everything about them, even Halo Reach and ODST. Just everything that Bungie made with Halo was just the best thing ever for me. And still now, going back to these games, I mean, of course there's a lot of nostalgia there, but they just stand out to me as like amazing, perfect games. I actually put them in a category of their own, like their own legendary category where nothing else can come close to it. They're just better than everything for me. I just love them. So being such a long time fan of Halo and then not really getting to see anything of Halo for the last 7 years, because after Halo 4 and 5 came out, we just never had anything. Like, there was no announcement of a new Halo game. It's been 7 years since Halo 5, and you know, we haven't really had anything at all apart from a few other things have come out, like Halo Wars. We also had that Halo TV series, which, I mean, it was alright. It wasn't that good, but you know, we've had some stuff to do with Halo, but there was never actually any announcement of a Halo 6 game, and it's been such a long time. It's been really frustrating. But finally in 2018 we got the announcement at E3 that Halo Infinite was in the works, and we only got to see like a little bit. We never got to see really anything, but just knowing that there was gonna be a new Halo game was just so exciting for myself and the whole Halo community. It was just such a great thing to know that we're gonna get a new Halo game after so many years. But then in 2020 we got the first ever look at Halo Infinite gameplay demo, and yeah, we all know how that went down, don't we? This gameplay reveal, as much as it was exciting to see, and I was buzzing and I was really happy at the time of like what I was seeing because it was a new Halo game, but the whole way through it was confusing, because even though I was watching a new Halo game, the gameplay that we've been waiting for all this time, suddenly I'm filled with disappointment. Like, I was disappointed whilst I was watching it. It just didn't feel like next gen Halo game that I kind of expected to see. I mean, the graphics weren't that bad. They weren't as bad as what a lot of people made out, but they definitely weren't at the level that we expected. Just with a new Halo game that's come from Halo 5 and Halo 4 and Halo 5, as much as they aren't the greatest Halo games at all, especially Halo 5, we all know how that was, but still the graphics of Halo 4 and Halo 5 were just really, really impressive. Like, they were amazing. And, you know, 343 are clearly shown that they're great with making games, you know, just how well the games are made. Whether you think Halo 4 and 5 are good games as a game itself, but the graphics and how it looks, and just it feels like a solid game. And graphically, it's amazing. So to know that we're going to get a new Halo game, that it's going to be, of course, for current gen and next gen though, and it's been 7 years since Halo 5, you know, I guess we are all expecting something to blow us away, and it just never did that. Like, the gameplay demo that we seen just didn't look that good. And as we all know from that, the game had to be delayed. There was so much backlash that the 343 decided to delay the game, which I think was the best thing they could have done. I think that if they released it as it was, it probably could have been a failure. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has been a massive disaster since day one. I think they've made a really good example of how not to launch a game. Like, it's so frustrating because just before we go back into Halo, Cyberpunk really, it's a quality game, and I love it, and I've loved it from day one, but the fact that they released it in that state completely is just like, I mean, where is Cyberpunk now? Like, no one talks about it, no one really, it feels like no one cares. It's kind of just faded into the background, and all these other new games are just, you know, they're now the interesting things. Cyberpunk's just not there anymore, and I feel like Halo Infinite, it could have happened, that could have happened, and with Halo being Xbox's main biggest game, you know, Halo is Xbox, Xbox is Halo. If they launched Halo Infinite and it was in the same condition or state that Cyberpunk was in, or even close to that, it could have completely destroyed Halo franchise. Xbox could have massively suffered from it. It would have done. So I think when they delayed it, as much as it was frustrating and people are pissed off, for me, delay it until it's actually completely ready. I want the best Halo game that's possible. I don't want it to be broken. I don't want it to be shit. I want it to be the best Halo game that we can possibly get. So since then, the Halo community has been trying their best to do whatever they can to get as much content from 343 to talk about, because there was a content drought, and there was just nothing really new to talk about, and it was really frustrating for the Halo community. I follow a lot of people on YouTube that talk about Halo, Hidden Xperia, Halo Follower, The Act Man, Sean W, you know, that's just a few. There's a lot more who I'm forgetting right now, but like they're the main ones that I watch, and you know, these do amazing jobs on Halo. I'm really happy that these people are there in the community on YouTube talking about this, because they're keeping the Halo soul alive. They're keeping Halo alive, and I think that that's a great thing, and I love the fact that they do that. But yeah, like I said, there's just been no news on Halo until now. Just over a week ago now, we had the 2021 E3 showcase, and we knew that there was going to probably, I mean, we kind of expected there was going to be Halo news, some sort of reveal on Halo. We didn't expect any sort of campaign, because I don't know, it feels like they've just, you know, they've still got a lot of work to be doing, because we haven't really seen anything on the Halo campaign apart from a few concept art. And that's kind of it. So everybody's been expecting some multiplayer reveal, and that is the most that we kind of expected to get. But we got more than that, and I feel like this whole reveal that we got on E3 has really brought the Halo community back together. It's created so much excitement around it. It's now trending. People are wanting the same Halo multiplayer battle pass implemented into other games like Apex Legends. And, you know, people are talking about it again. And this is really a great thing for Halo and just for fans in general. Like, I'm buzzing. I love it. But not just talking about how the community's come together, just the actual thing we got to see. The reveal of the multiplayer looks amazing, and then we also got the overview of the multiplayer, and it just looks like it's going to be such a quality game. It feels like Halo again, like Halo feels like Halo. I feel like 343 Industries has really captured the life and soul of the original Halo games, and the fact that they're going back to the original roots and they say that this is a spiritual reboot of the original games, then I think that that's just the perfect thing they could have done. I think they must have learned a lot from the mistakes that happened with Halo 4 and 5, and they've listened to the community and the fans, and they've really captured what everybody wants from Halo, and it looks amazing. The graphics look way better, like they look way more improved, like the lighting and stuff feels like it's just a lot better. There's a lot more shadowing and just more dynamic lighting. I feel like that they've done a better job with that. The gameplay itself of the multiplayer looks really good. Like, I can't wait to play it, because I don't know if I mentioned before in the video, but like, I never used to play Halo multiplayer ever. Like, I don't think I've ever played it really online. I think I've maybe played it like a handful of times, but I've never really spent much time in multiplayer. I was always just about the campaign. I would always play like multiplayer, but like locally with friends that I'm sat on my sofa with, like split screen, but then that would be it. That would be as much as I would play in the multiplayer. So for me, never playing Halo online and seeing this, I'm well excited. I can't personally wait for a new online multiplayer game that I'm really interested in. Like Halo, I'm 100% going to be playing that from day one, and I'm going to be online, and I'm going to really try and get into their online, and hopefully I'm going to love it as much as the community does. But then also at this reveal, we then got to see a little bit more of the campaign story, and this was so interesting for me because we got to see Cortana. Well, I say it's Cortana. She's actually a new AI who is basically impersonating Cortana. She isn't the original Cortana, because as we know, for anyone who's played Halo 4 and Halo 5 will know what happened in the events of these games and what happened with Cortana. She became, you know, there was two parts of it, like a split part of her. The positive, like, good side of her sacrificed herself to save Master Chief, but then the bad side of her just became rampant and started to become a danger, and she disappeared. So we haven't really got to see what has happened with Cortana yet. So getting to see this new reveal of Master Chief talking to a new AI who is basically another form of Cortana, but isn't Cortana. She's just imitating her to help track her down, to destroy her. And this is such a really cool idea. I'm so happy that they brought back Cortana, because really we want to see Master Chief with Cortana. Like, that is the beautiful story between them both. I just love their characters being together. Like, I just love them two as a whole. Like, Cortana is just such a quality thing, an addition to the game and to the story. So, and also Master Chief loves Cortana. Like, there's a really deep story going on between them both. And you know, I was kind of a little bit sad to see Cortana become evil in Halo 5, I think, where she actually really became evil. And yeah, I don't know, I didn't like that, because I just loved Cortana being with Master Chief. But now it looks like 343 are gonna bring her back. Who knows what's gonna happen? But just this little moment that we got of Chief and this new Cortana and what they're talking about, it really touched me. And also it felt like it captured the soul again of Halo. But after everything we got to see, I'm just really happy to see that Halo is back. It looks like 343 is really taking its time to capture what we actually love about Halo and this whole world itself. With the fact we're going to be back on Zeta Halo is so sick. The fact that the game is going to be semi-open world, but it looks huge. Like, the map looks huge. The fact that we can go and explore everywhere, supposedly anything that you can see in the map or on the world or in the environments, you can actually go to and explore. So that opens up so many possibilities for this game that we've never had before in Halo. I just really hope that they make it epic as fuck. I want it to be massive on a scale that we've never actually had, because Halo is so epic anyway, so grand. Like, all the cutscenes and what's actually going on in the world, the story is so huge. But I just want more. I just want that. I want that, but I want more. And I really hope that this game is going to give us that. I hope that it's going to be the best Halo game that we've ever had, which is saying something. But I mean, if it's not the best game we've ever had, I'm happy as long as it's a really solid quality Halo game that's way better than Halo 4 and way better than Halo 5. And yeah, I think that they're gonna do that. I really believe it. I've really got high hopes for this. The hype is real. The hype is back. I'm buzzing. I can't wait. And I really want to know what you guys think. Are you guys fans of Halo? Please let me know down in the comments below. What are you expecting from this game? What do you want? I'd love to know your thoughts. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you did enjoy this video, then please hit the like button. That would be amazing. And if you want to stay updated with my videos, then please hit the subscribe button. And I'll be seeing you next time on wAFFwORLD.